ご覧なさいませ。
My father's lord must
で落ち葉の方
貸してもらいましょうぞ。
ねえに戻れマリコ。
何故私をと継がせるのかは、父上はそなたを大事に思ってマリコだ。
大愛なる娘、時が来た。
我らは多くの者じゃ。すなわち、わしの命を救う関東水軍の大。
As a result of Buntaro's persistent disregard for Mariko for becoming John Blackthorne's translator and for obeying Toranaga's commands, tensions between the three people reached an extreme level in the 5th episode of Shogun. In order to depict the development of Mariko and Lady Okiba's relationship, episode 6 of Shogun begins with a flashback that transports us 22 years into the past. Okiba's father continued to kill people. Thus, as they grew older, the relationship between him and Lord Akechi Jinsai came to an end. It was required of Mariko to wed Buntaro while she was preparing to become a renowned warrior. That was the last of Mariko's aspirations to become a warrior and of her relationship with Lady Okiba. The story then jumps to the present, when a memorial service for those killed in the earthquake is being conducted. John receives a fief close to Kanagawa from Toranaga as payment for saving his life, along with a yearly stipend of 600 koku. However, it doesn't end there. With the blessings of Toranaga, a foreigner is now the chief admiral of Kanto and the commander of the Japanese cannon regiment. John also receives a fresh set of swords because he gave Toranaga the ones he received from Fuji. Yabashiga responds to Omi's complaints about all of this by telling him that because they are in the midst of a war, John shouldn't be their first priority. In a humorous move, Yabashiga orders his assistant to draft a new will since he fears he won't survive this entire affair. While Ishido is holding the regents and their clans captive so they can decide who will succeed Toranaga, Hiramatsu tries to flee with Lady Kiri and Shizu. However, Kiri chooses to remain with Shizu because she is pregnant, and he instructs Hiramatsu to go to Toranaga and inform him of the situation. Father Delacroix is concerned about the increasing violence and informs Suji, I assume he goes by Martin in Christianity, that since Lady Okiba returned to Osaka, things have become worse. Suji proposes that the church establish a relationship with Toranaga because he believes Lady Okiba is anti-Christian. Since Toranaga is a member of the reputedly vicious Minawara clan, Father Delacroix opposes the idea, although he does hope that Toranaga would support them when the events between the regents are concluded. After their conversation, Lady Okiba has another flashback in which she was compelled to escape after her father was killed. Lady Okiba and the regents go to a theatrical portrayal of Taiko's rule in the current day. When Hiramatsu finally makes it to Ejiro unscathed, he informs Toranaga that in order to defeat Ishido and his supporters, they must start a project known as the Crimson Sky. Toranaga disapproves of the idea since it calls for excessive slaughter. The best part of this scene comes from Fuji. Moika Hoshi is amazing, who is slurping her tea and taking in the verbal sparring between Mariko and Jin. While all of this is going on, Mariko is seen putting in a bid for Lady Kiku in front of Jin, the owner of the tea shop where Kiku works. The entire scene is quietly hilarious. Omi is displeased because he has feelings for Lady Kiku. Although Mariko notes that it's unusual for a married lady to visit a tea house, Toranaga has granted John an exemption since he needs a translator. The entire sequence with John, Mariko, and Kiku illustrates how much John wants Mariko and how much Mariko wants John. Yet they are unable to coexist due to the many traditions, norms, and obligations that separate them. The way it's edited, the shots chosen from John's point of view to show how he sees Mariko and feels when he looks at her, as well as the performances by Cosmo Jarvis, Anna Sawai, and Yuka Kori, all combine to create a strange yet lovely scenario. The next day, as everyone watches, Kiku and Jin bring John back to the village. John is clearly the object of envy for Omi and Nagakado since Toranaga is treating him so well. Furthermore, Mariko's sloppy translation of Kiku and John's talk is humorous since it makes it obvious that she is upset about what may have happened between them. When Toranaga and Mariko discuss Okiba's intentions later that evening, Mariko responds in general, saying that women are constantly at war with society and don't need a reason to make war on anybody. The conversation then turns to Mariko's dreams of becoming a great warrior and how her marriage prevented her from realizing those dreams. Toranaga tells Mariko that there are still many opportunities for her to fulfill her dreams and that she hasn't reached her breaking point. The regents convene to appoint Ito as the 5th regent at the conclusion of Shogun, Episode 5. Sugiyama, however, is against the vote because he believes that Ishido is incorrect to have set up a hostage scenario in order to sway the regents' votes and that the threat to the heir of Taiko is unfounded. Lady Okiba receives an assurance from Ishido that Sugiyama would be impeached, allowing them to proceed with their plan to assassinate Toranaga. At last, Okiba confesses that she believes Toranaga killed her father by using Akechi Jinsai, which is why she wants to murder him. She also discusses how Daioin drugged and manipulated her in order for her to conceive Taiko's successor. She uses everything as an opportunity to demonstrate how she can manage fate rather than allow it to control her. Because Sugiyama stands in the way of Toranaga, this incites Ishido to kill Sugiyama and his tribe. Toranaga starts Crimson Sky as a result. Hiramatsu clarified that Crimson Sky is a military strategy in which Osaka Castle is captured in a single blow. A new administration headed by Toranaga as the nominal shogun will be established when the Council of Regents is abolished. This implies that Toranaga will contact Seiki Nobutatsu, his half-brother, and shed copious amounts of blood. We will have to wait and see if this elevates or degrades Toranaga's legacy.